ABC News with anchors Diane Sawyer in New York, Sam Donaldson in Washington, Chief Correspondent Chris Wallace, Judd Rose, Sylvia Chase, John Quinones, and Renee Boussant. This is Prime Time.
Good evening. As you undoubtedly know, everyone's worst fears have come true tonight in Union, South Carolina. 2 little boys are dead, their mother charged with their murders. The announcement came just a few hours ago.
Susan Smith has been arrested and will be charged with 2 counts of murder in connection with the deaths of her children, Michael 3 and Alexander 14 months. The vehicle, a 1990 Mazda, driven by Smith, was located late Thursday afternoon in Lake John D. Long near Union. 2 bodies were found in the vehicle's back seat.
It all looked so different when the story broke over a week ago.
Okay, there's a lady who come up our door, and some guy jumped into a red light with her car with her 2 kids in it, and he took off. She got out of the car here at our house.
And he's got the kids?
Yes, ma'am, in her car. She's real hysterical.
The black male was seen leaving the store in a small burgundy-colored vehicle. It may or may not be connected. We don't know at this point.
This time, the small army of sheriff's deputies, rescue workers, and volunteers headed north, the area where Susan Smith says her carjacker dropped her off. It's very unusual that the car hasn't turned up, or some debris has not turned up anywhere that we can conclude at this time.
I want to say to my babies that your mama loves you so much, and your daddy, these whole families love you so much. And you guys have got to be strong.
Have they said to you, or have they said to David, that the 2 of you are under investigation?
No, sir.
And Susan, anything you want to say to the people who took or may have the children?
It's very difficult right now to understand why anybody would want to take anyone else's children away from them. And I find it very difficult to handle not being there for my babies. I've been there for them from day one. Every time they've gone somewhere, I knew where they were, and for one time, there's absolutely nothing I can do, and that's very painful.
And joining us now from Union, South Carolina is Hugh Munn, and he is with the South Carolina Law Enforcement Division. They've been coordinating the FBI and the Sheriff's Office in the investigation. Mr. Munn, thank you for joining us. Tell us about the status of the investigation right now. Has the car been retrieved, and what have we learned about the children?
Well, Diane, we unfortunately have retrieved the vehicle, and we did find, of course, 2 bodies inside the vehicle. We are confirming that the bodies are children. We, of course, presume those children to be Susan Smith's children, Michael and Alexander. The bodies are now on the way to the Medical University of South Carolina in Charleston, South Carolina, for an autopsy sometime tomorrow. And, of course, at that time, we hope to have a positive identification.
Mr. Munn, you may not even know this yourself, because just a few minutes ago, Sheriff Howard Wells did tell some reporters that the determination has been made that they died on October 25th, which was the date that their mother reported the carjacking.
Yes, it's my understanding that, according to the investigation, they believe that the deaths did occur on the date and around the time that she reported it.
I think the question at the top of everyone's mind tonight is why? What have you learned about what she has said about why?
Well, there hasn't been a lot of information coming out about why. These are things that we're going to have to piece together, a lot of holes here that we're going to have to fill. Right now, we felt that it was imperative that we move as quickly as we can, and we've done that based on a confession that she did give us. She did give us enough information to know where to look for the vehicle, which had been apparently rolled off a boat ramp into the lake. Divers found the vehicle probably around sundown. They used floodlights, looked inside the vehicle, which was completely submerged. They did confirm that there were 2 bodies in the back, but it wasn't until we got the vehicle out of the water and checked the bodies that we were able to actually confirm that they were children. Now, at this point, of course, we still can't say positively that these are her children.
Mr. Mung, we thank you. And by the way, sources close to the investigation told me that the confession came today in part after long conversations with law enforcement officials, in part because they had some contradictions in what she had said, and they started to press her very heavily today. And that's when the confession finally came. If there is news on this story tonight, you can rest assured we will be there. We're going to go now to Washington. Sam Donaldson.
Thank you, Diane. We turn now to a question of academic honesty. Just today, 75 students in a biology class at Kansas State University learned they will fail the course because they cheated on a test. 75 students in one